Today's guest has risked his entire net worth gambling at 23 years old.
Gambling has had the most positive impact on my lifestyle and my relationships over any other endeavor. So it's like, cool, I'm down to lose money just because of what it does for me.
A kid from Montana with a love for baseball, he went from sleeping on frat floors in college to building a social media empire, documenting dangerous decisions.
If I just take steroids, it's the perfect recipe for going viral because it has a community that's curious about it, that has a community that loves it, that will like the video, and it has a community of haters.
From playing with needles to gambling his net worth, he's taken what many would call rock bottom and turned it into a masterclass of viral controversy. Do you think kids should be able to gamble?
Yeah, definitely. Because here's the thing.
In this episode, we'll dive into the mindset that shapes his fearless drive, expose the lifestyle that makes losing millions feel boring, and explore how chaos can be channeled into infinite success.
Right now is the longest I've been sober since I was 14 years old. It's been some drug one way or another for 9 years now. Everyone says life is better sober. Life sucks sober.
Shane Stoffer.
Whoa,
Togi.
That was fire, bro. That was the best intro I've ever had. Thank you very much.
Yeah, bro. Welcome to the Jack Neel Podcast. Yeah, Togi, you just turned 23, right?
Yeah.
July 20th, I think.
Yeah, dude, holy shit.
My
You're
birthday was a
locked
few
in,
days. A few days before you was on the 16th.
How old are you? Well, let me guess. 24.
Yeah, bro, you're good.
Ooh.
You got it like that today. All right. So for the people that don't know you, I think this question kind of encapsulates a little bit of your personality. Like, what's your biggest gambling win, like single win of all time?
This video went super viral. It was in one of my videos, I Lost Everything. The story went like, I was at the time like doing a ton of drugs, and I would consistently like I would get very nervous gambling such high stakes, but it was like I just loved doing it and it was great for content. So one night I like fully blacked out, no idea what happened. I wake up at 7 p.m. the next day and I'm scrolling my phone. I have about maybe 150 texts and people are asking if I'm alive. Like everyone's like, what happened? Like, are you okay? Like you got to respond. And everyone seemed to have thought that I ended my life because the stream the night before went so horribly. I had taken out 900,000 in markers and lost all of it. And that exceeded my net worth at the time. I had like $400,000 in crypto. So I wake up and it was a crisis, like full blown financial crisis. And I like when you're on a bender and you are in that mindset, like the flow of logic is very skewed. All I could think was I'm going to take 10x and kind of just like deal with it and like figure out where this takes me. So I take 10x, couple Ritalin, whatever. And instead of what I decided, I took that 400,000 I had, instead of paying back some of my debt, I bought into a slot called Christmas Big Bass Bonanza.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I ended up hitting for $1.5 million on $1,000 spin. And then instead of paying back my markers with that $1.5 million, I decided to take all of it and I put it into a meme coin called Pepe. And then one day later, it got listed on Robinhood and went up 100%. So it was like one really maybe 40 hours or so. And I was doing so many drugs at the time. I like have no recollection of this, but of course the camera like it was all live streamed, everything. So I wake up like 3 days later, like I'm conscious again. That's when my memory clicks. And I just remember looking at my ceiling like, oh fuck, I know this is bad. Like this is not a good situation. Like anxiety through the roof. Like you check your phone and like days have passed. Like if you've done next, that's how it is literally days to weeks go by and then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck just happened? So I had a very bad feeling. I go on my phone, like I open my casino account. There's nothing in it. I'm looking. I'm like, fuck, bro. I open like all my bank accounts, everything's empty. I'm like, oh, this is really a bad situation. I hope I don't owe them too much. And I open my crypto wallet. I get my hardware wallet out, and there's $4 million of Pepe sitting in there. And so that was like, I went nuts, bro. I'm calling everyone. It was like the coolest day of my life. So I guess in 40 hours, I made so I lost 900 the night before. So in that time frame, I made 3.8 something million minus the 900,000. So it was about that's a lot of math. I don't know, but 2 point something million in
2 to
a
3
pretty
million.
short period of time.
You're probably the only person to become a multimillionaire and not remember it, you know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's happened a few times. Like, I don't talk about this too much. I've brought it up maybe once, but when I like my quote unquote big break, like I've had a lot of really wild experiences, but there was one month when like it was at its worst, the drug use, and that was when the video Togi versus Cabo was filmed and posted. The video has been taken down. I'm gonna re-upload it soon, but it was, I swear, it was crazier than the Wolf of Wall Street. But either way, during that time frame, that video I posted it went viral, and that's when Bradley Martin reached out to me to go on his podcast, and there was like a 30-day span of like really like, wow, I'm really doing it, I'm really making it, but I don't. It's almost like I did it on accident. I don't remember any of it because I was abusing Zen so much that I was just like, dude, I woke up and I was like #1 trending in the fitness industry, #1 trending on like all these gambling platforms. Like my name was everywhere. I just woke up. I was like, holy shit. I don't know what I managed to do there, but I guess like pat my blackout self on the back. So in that sense, yeah, a lot of crazy things have happened, and I do regret that to a small degree, because looking back at the footage, it would be a lot of really special memories that I don't remember, but at least I can relive it through the videos and stuff.
So when you saw that 4 million, like what was kind of going through your mind? Was it like, I finally made it? Or is it, I can't wait to gamble all this, I can't wait to buy this
Oh
thing?
my God, no, I didn't want to gamble at all. Like, because I was convinced when I woke up, it was like, this is not a good situation. I saw that 4 million and it didn't feel real. It took maybe like really a few weeks to like set in that it was like, whoa, I'm chilling now. Like, this is awesome. I didn't gamble anymore for whatever the rest of the month, and I like, it was a very surreal experience. I have a hard time explaining exactly what that felt like, because I don't really know exactly what I was feeling. It was just like,
Were you proud of yourself? Like, it's a weird emotion.
no, it was like proud, but a large, mostly relief that my financial crisis was no longer a crisis. No, yeah, I don't think I was really happy, but more relieved.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's a super interesting story. When's the last time you gambled?
Oh, it's been forever. I've not gambled in what feels like a very long time. When did you text me about the first doing the podcast?
Maybe 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
Oh, that was a while ago. It was when I was in Miami, flew to Cancun, maybe like 4 days ago.
Sorry, man. You said it's been so long.
Oh well, dude. For me, that's like a long time, bro.
I know
like,
what you mean.
I'm used to gambling multiple times a day. So when I go even one day without gambling, it's like, whoa, what's going on there? But I've just, I don't know. This bodybuilding thing is killing me. I've been, I pretty much just lay in bed all day, work out, and then go lay back in bed.
I feel you. Yeah. What's been the biggest like recent loss?
Well, it depends on how you quantify big. Like, if we're talking like 100,000. Well, I guess actually I was in Hard Rock after my meet and greet, and this was actually probably the last time I gambled. It was about 4 days ago. I lost 50,000 at the casino. But as far as like significant numbers, I've not had a bad tilt. It was right after I posted Road to 10 Million, so that would leave us 3 months ago. I lost 1.8 million in one day, which was somewhat traumatizing. But since then, I've not had anything that's like devastating. I've been avoiding that.
What's the biggest bet you can place?
On Roulette? Oh, really big. A larger amount than I would probably ever need to place. Because the online, these casinos have so much money. Like, you just saw Trainwrecks hit for 38 million, largest slot win in history, just 2 weeks ago maybe. And he was spinning the slot, I believe, for 6,000 per spin. So that's I would say like realistically 10,000 per spin is like about the max, but as far as like a quote unquote bonus buy, usually about and for context, a bonus buy is like when you're playing a slot that's like the feature, that's like kind of like the standard bet size is a bonus buy, and so usually 100 to 200,000 depending on the slot, and in like baccarat blackjack, I think it's $500,000 maybe. That, but it's not like that would be so fucked. I don't think I would like to one day, but my current financial situation is like so far out the window on that.
Do you like? I guess you like gambling online better. I like gambling online better too. It's been a while. I had to stop gambling online though. Yeah.
The problem with gambling online is the convenience of I stopped holding crypto because after I lost the 1.8 million, I had a serious conversation with myself, and it's like, really, like, you're a fucking idiot and a drug addict, and it really only takes one night of me having one too many beers, a little too much cocaine, and I will not hesitate to gamble every penny that I have in my crypto wallet. So it's too easy to gamble everything. So if people say, oh, dude, like I get calls all the time, like, Bitcoin's going up, you got to get in. Like, dude, Bitcoin could double, triple. Bitcoin could 100x for all that matters. And for Togi, it's probably 0% because there's a very high likelihood I go to the casino and lose it all. And I'm not going to sit here and like try and explain to people that I'm a winner and, you know, I'm just going to win. Like, it's a losing game. I'm going to lose guaranteed eventually. Whereas the real casinos, it's like usually my markers at them is like, it's very hard for me to lose over 150,000 unless I'm really screaming at them and like pressuring them to give me more. But it's very, very, very difficult. But the interesting thing is, and this is against popular belief, online casinos have not just better, significantly better odds than in-person casinos. Why exactly? I'm not completely sure, but in Vegas, for example, 2 companies own every single casino, so they're kind of in cahoots and they can agree upon like the odds. Whereas online, there are a lot of independent companies, and the competition is very stiff, so you have to keep pushing the RTP higher and higher. And additionally, the overhead is much less. Like in a real casino, they make a $9 billion, $10 billion building. Then they got these big ass fucking slot machines. I don't even know how much those cost, but they got a physical machine just for one game versus like a software. So the RTP that in-person slot would operate at is like 85 to 90%, whereas online average would be about 96%. So it's significantly better there. And then the blackjack baccarat odds online are a lot better on the side bets. You still get paid roughly the same on the straight up bets.
That's interesting. I genuinely believe that because there's so much competition for it. Yeah. I'd be curious if these online casinos make more than the in-person. Probably not.
Oh my God, so much more.
They
make, yeah, big time. Like
than the biggest hotels in Vegas.
As far as net profit, I guarantee you Steak is doing I would guess over 30 times what the biggest casino in Vegas does. Would be my best guess. I don't know what I'm talking about, but just from like the numbers that I've heard and how much money these people really have, like we're talking like I can't say it, but many millions of dollars in profit a day.
Let's just say the only self-made billionaires under 30. I think it's Eddie from Steak
yeah,
and Mr. Beast and like one other person, which is really interesting. I think it's a good business to be in. Would you ever start a casino?
I'm working on it, but it's a very scummy business is the thing. So I have like a moral dilemma in my head, but I just started a charity, Max Win for the kids. And so how this works is I'm just going to start it with my own personal gambling money to start. And then maybe in order to scale the charity, I can have my own casino operating it. But every time I hit a max win, 50% of the money is donated to kids that have cancer because every year there's about 10,000 new cases of kids under 14 that have cancer. And 80% of those families, they cannot afford, like the financial burden is too much to cover. And dude, that just fucking like, bro, if you're a kid and you get cancer, that sucks balls, because I mean, it's not your fault. You're just a fucking little munchkin put on this planet, and they're like, life is already a bitch and life is really hard. Cancer. Like, dude, it's such an unfortunate situation. It's like a moral dilemma in my head. Like, how can I make a positive impact in a business that is generally like somewhat of a scummy business? Although I do have my arguments for why gambling is the coolest thing ever. But it's my thoughts on casinos are they're excessively profitable. Like, they could get away with making 10% as much money, and it would be like fallen into the realms of like a normal amount of profit for a business to make. So either way, the point being is I think it would be really cool to be able to go out and have, you know, like if I had my own casino, I would have unlimited. I could save every single kid with cancer,
true.
you know?
Yeah.
In
10,000
America,
people?
10,000, I could pay for every single one. And like, how cool would that be? So that's what I've been working on. I actually just launched that charity like 4 days ago, and we have our first. We found a few people that. Well, it sucks because we haven't max one yet. Like, me and my friend have been trying to like. Well, I haven't yet, but he just last night lost like half of his bank account trying to max win to pay for this. So is it the best charity model? No, but it's fun at least. And in the pursuit of being more charitable, the more eyes I get on my charity, the more I have to donate. So if I can add like a fun twist, something that I enjoy, then I'll be able to make a much larger impact. But then the problem is some months, if fucking Wanted doesn't want to cooperate, my charity wasn't very charitable. I've effectively donated $0. And then other months we, you know, donate a ton if we win. So I'm messing with the logistics.
Do you think kids should be able to gamble?
Yeah, definitely. Because here's the thing. When you're a kid, bro, you only have, so like say you're in high school, how much money was in your bank account in high school, right? Like maybe like $100.
Yeah, like $200 maybe.
Yeah, and you're loaded, dude. I only had 20. But the point being is, if you gamble when you only have when the stakes are very low and you still get to go home and, you know, like, you don't have to take care of kids, you don't have to pay a mortgage, you just have to like pay for your comic books or whatever, then you get to learn how to gamble. Because what happens to a lot of people is, and this is the same when I say high schoolers with strict parents go to college and then they start just doing a shit ton of and the girls start getting fucked by a bunch of dudes because they just like, it was too strict and they never got this, and then now they're in this like crazy world of freedom and it's just like fucking way too much for them. The gambling, like, if you learn how to gamble and you have a realistic expectation for how much you're going to be losing based on how much you're betting, then you're in a much better spot. But what happens to a lot of people is they've never gambled, they turn 21, they go to Vegas, they lose way more than they can afford to lose, especially because they don't know how to play these games. Like, gambling is already a losing game, and then if you suck at it, your RTP goes from like 96%. Bro, I've seen some people operate at like a consistent 30% blackjack RTP because they just don't know what's going on.
And what's RTP again? Just so
Return to player. So
Okay.
it's based on over an extended period of time, how much money can you expect to get back? So if you gamble for 1 hour and your RTP is 96%, and you bet $100, you should get back $96. Now, it's not over the course of 1 hour. Obviously, it's measured over a much longer period of time. But that's a general idea of like how fast are you going to be losing, and should you embark on that game, or is it just going to be like a guaranteed, like if it's under 90%, you're guaranteed to be fucked, and you should just avoid that game entirely. But it just teaches proper bankroll management. And then this is a great point. Oh God, this is a great topic. Gambling has brought me so close to so many people. It's a very special bond so here's the thing. When you experience something very good and exciting, and there's a lot of dopamine, you bond with the person you're doing that with. So when you're winning, you're bonding with people. And the same as when something sucks fucking balls and it's just the worst, like that's the point of when you're in a frat and you're getting hazed. The point is to bring you closer because you go through something shitty together. So the friendship that I've created with these people that I gamble with has been such a magical bond that, like, I swear it's a better friendship than anywhere else I've met people. And it's a great social activity. Like for kids, if you have a hard time, like there's sports, whatever, which is great. If you could go to the casino and gamble with kids, like if there was a club in the school and it's like after hour slots, bro, it would be such a good social activity to bring, like slightly, like if you're a little more self-conscious or not very outgoing, it's a very good common ground in which you can meet new people. And it's been very beneficial for my life and my relationships. So I think, why not let the kids do it, you know?
I know I'm laughing, but it's low-key a good idea.
I just talked for about 4 minutes why kids should be able to gamble, bro. I guess.
Dude, I mean, I'm thinking about it. Like when I turned 19, I started making really good money. And me and my boy, we gambled so much money away from my net worth. And it fucked me. But I stopped because like it got to the point where I was like, holy shit, like my net worth got cut in half from this. And now that I've made way more money than that, it's like not as big of a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Can much more appropriately, well, you have a realistic expectation because you've experienced gambling, and you're like, okay, now I have a lot of money. Maybe we gamble 2% of it. Like as far as they respond, I don't do that personally, but my situation is different.
You know what it was for me that made me stop? And like, for reference, I'll say this off camera. I don't want to encourage it too much. I probably lost like, probably made like, in business shit. So like. And some of that was meme coins too, to be fair. It was like when it all crashed in 2021, I think. Oh, the thing that made me stop, bro, was I realized it's so simple. Just the math, the way it worked out was I'd never be able to win long term. Like if I kept doing it as an activity. Is that kind of made you like turn away from it? Or does it not really?
Oh, well, as far as gambling, it's like a very, very, very expensive country club. So I go into the casino and all my friends are there and we're all meeting up. And then the host brings me up to my penthouse and they bring you steaks and there's a butler personal just for you. And then it's tickets, free jets, everything and anything you would want. It feels good to be a part of it. So it's like, am I okay potentially losing money in the exchange for this experience? Absolutely. I love gambling more than anything. So even though over the next 80 years am 100% likely to lose a lot of money well spent, you know, I'm stoked on the experiences that it's brought me. And of all the things in my life, like getting jacked, the fitness stuff, everything, and all the people I've ever met, gambling has had the most positive impact on my lifestyle and my relationships over any other endeavor. So it's like, cool, I'm down to lose money just because of what it does for me.
Interesting. What's the most desperate thing you've ever done for money?
I mean, dude, I used to, when I was living in oh my God, there's so many. I've literally sold my car, and this was one of my early YouTube videos. I sold my car. And then I put it on black in order to be able to, well, the goal was actually to get more money to gamble so that I could then upgrade apartments. But I would say the most desperate thing I ever did for money was, back when I was living in the frat, I had, wow, the more I talk about this, I can think of countless times it's been like crazy desperate. But either way, I was in the frat, living in the closet, and me and my homie were like, bro, this is fucked. This is one of my best friends, and at this point, we probably started 5 businesses, and they had all just failed miraculously. And I was like, dude, fuck, I'm just gonna start scamming motherfuckers. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. So this is before Pump Fund. Like, this is OG shit. Like, you had to go into the back end and actually launch your own smart contracts. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna start making shit coins and rug pulling that shit. So I but at this time, in order to make a meme coin, you needed money for liquidity, and you needed, money to run the contracts and everything. So the method, which I have now learned is not as effective as it could have been. I was spending maybe $1,000 to $1,500 per meme coin that I launched. And we launched the first one, and like 6 bots sniped it, bought it right away. We sell it, and we're like, oh shit, we just made $1,000 in whatever, like 30 seconds. That was so sick. Like,
what was the coin called?
Ballsack Dorkle. But either way, so we're like, shit, bro, we should just keep doing this. And over the next 8 hours, we made about 20 more meme coins. Not a single person, but I don't know how we got those bots to buy it on the first one. Not a single person or bot sniped one of our coins. So I ended up losing my last $20,000 trying to scam people. And that's when I was like, if I can't even scam and make money, I must be an idiot, bro. Like, I must be the biggest loser on this planet, bro. I just stooped down to trying to scam for fucking rent money, and I failed miraculously. So that was probably the most desperate time that I can think of.
Who's your go-to person to call when you need money to gamble?
Well, it's always
Stefan?
Now I got his number. It's always the casino first, because that's easy debt. Like, you lose money in the casino, especially because I work for Roulette. If they give me money, and like right now I owe Roulette, I don't know, I owe them a good amount of money. But the point being is, if they loan me money and I lose it, it's like, okay, you guys can fuck yourselves and also wait on getting paid back, because as far as I'm concerned, nothing happened. You gave me a number on my screen. It never turned in. I never cashed out the crypto, and that number went back to 0. So you guys are fine. So that feels like free money when I borrow from the casino. But first, I usually call up Steve Will Do It. But the problem is, usually I'm with Steve Will Do It when we're looking for money. So I call up TJR. He has given me money a lot of times.
He said on the podcast that he supports friends' businesses. So.
He does, bro.
I guess that's what he meant, man.
TJR, I've borrowed hundreds of thousands of dollars from to gamble, but I've always paid him back. I always pay people back. Yeah, TJR is actually probably the number one. Thanks, TJR.
What's the dumbest investment you've ever made?
Theoretically, the dumbest investment that I ever made worked out. And so how this story goes was, when I first dropped out of college, I made like a pretty good amount of money, just like blindly trading. I was doing Ethereum high leverage on a fucking casino called, actually I can't say what they were called. But either way, the point being is, I made a good amount of money and I cashed it all to my bank account. I'm good. I feel great. And then over the next like 7 months, I thought I was like good at trading because I made this money. So it's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna keep making money. I kind of figured it out. I'm the GOAT. And I was like 19 years old at the time. So I was buying cars, going on vacations and shit. And then I lost all my money. It was the crash you were talking about in 2021. Yeah.
Did you get NFTs?
Oh, yeah, dude, I fucking still hold NFTs, bro.
Yeah, I didn't sell them because they're not worth anything.
Now it's like, not even are they not worth anything. There's not even a buyer. Like, if I tried to sell it for $5, I couldn't, right? So either way, the point being is I lost my money, and then all of a sudden I had a tax bill because I apparently fucking vacation to Italy with your homies isn't a tax write-off. So I lose all my money. I have a tax bill. I owed the IRS. I think it was about $150,000. But I had $13,000 in my bank account. I was like, I'm fucked. I'm looking at myself, and at this time I'm in Montana, and I was just like, dude, this is like a huge crisis, and I have $13,000. I might as well do something crazy with it, because either I owe, an amount that I can't pay, or I owe an amount that I can't pay. Like, no matter what, right? With that $13,000. So I took the $13,000 And again, with this Pepe bullshit, it's like I remember I was just scrolling Dex Tools, and the Pepe the Frog caught my eye. It was like recently launched, and it's like, oh, this is getting good volume. It is 30 million market cap. Like, this is fire. Like, this coin, and it was all the hype on Twitter at the time. I was like chronically on crypto Twitter, and like everyone's talking about Pepe the Frog. Pepe the Frog's the next big meme coin. It's like, all right, I guess we'll put this 13K into Pepe the Frog. That investment, that $13,000, eventually amounted to just over $1 million. So that I paid like all my tax bill. It was like a huge blessing. Of course, there's actually a lot of layers to that story, but that's like the kind of the base layer of how that went.
Hey, do you guys ever see podcasts with guys talking about these crazy gains in crypto, but you've been taking the safe path? Retirement accounts, investing in the S&P 500, 401k, Roth IRA, and you kind of feel left out. But now that crypto is more mainstream than ever, and every Gen Z person you meet has a positive view of Bitcoin, it's gotten to the point where it's almost risky to not put some of your savings in crypto. That's why I'm transferring all of my retirement accounts to iTrust Capital. They let you invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, even gold, all inside of a tax-advantaged IRA. Same retirement benefits, but with assets that are actually designed to beat inflation. So if you don't want to miss out on the biggest wealth transfer of our lifetime while still being smart with your money, go to itrustcapital.com/Jack Neel and use the code Jack8 for an easy $100 bonus. Anyway, guys, back to the podcast.
So that was like the worst investment, but it worked out. The worst investment that I ever made that didn't work out was I was filming a video called Business Masterclass, and I was trying to prove to the world that I could make money without gambling. I was sick of everyone being like, Togi's lucky. And I was like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna do it. So either way, I was trying to flip my homie Neil, Timepiece Trading. He's got 4 Ferraris, 17 cars. And I was like, dude, all he does is flip watches. Like, that shit, like, it cannot be that hard. So I took, it was $80,000, and I bought 4 Rolexes, and every single one of them was fake. Like, it was from like some random fucking guy on Reddit, and I knew it was super risky, but I was like, fuck it, it'll be good for the video, regardless if it works out or not. And they were like, really, this should have been a red flag, but they were really, one of them was like the meteorite Daytona, so it was like, this should resell for the 80 in itself. And it just wasn't real. So that was the worst investment. I sold all. I still have them. They were worth nothing.
Yeah, what's your favorite slot?
Oh god, that leaked so bad. That was disgusting. Oh, you ever have that, bro? Oh my god. Oh, with tobacco too, bro. Favorite slot? Oh god.
Might be the hardest question today.
There's so many good ones, bro. Probably Dorks of the Deep or Wanted.
I know, like, Dead or Alive. Is it similar to that?
Yeah, Wanted, Dead or Alive. It's the same slot.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That one's a great slot. Me and Steve just hit for $1 million a couple weeks ago on it.
Mm-hmm. My favorite used to be Christmas Big Bass, for sure.
Dude,
How about in the casino, bro? Buffalo? Something about
Buffalo. That shit's lit. But in the casino, I like Huff and Puff.
Huff
is
and
my
Puff?
favorite. Yeah.
Bro, I swear I get ads on my phone for like the Buffalo, and it just like triggers something in me to like gamble.
I don't know why that's like the standard. Maybe because like the Native American casino, but it's like half the slots ever is Buffalo.
What's your favorite bonus?
My favorite bonus?
Yeah,
like that you would be buying on a slot?
Yeah.
It's probably the second bonus on Wanted, the dual. I think it's just dual or whatever it's called. Let me think about it. Yeah, that's actually. Oh my god, how could I forget? You can't buy this bonus. The 5 scat on Le Bandit is crazy. It's the most fun you'll ever have, but you have to spin into it. But it's technically a bonus buy, but it's like a super bonus buy. Yeah.
What's your favorite game right now? Because I know you're kind of known for Plinko, but has that changed a bit?
I would like to formally apologize to the world for making Plinko more popular than it needed to be, because that game is fucked. That game is, bro. Well, that's what I lost at 1.8 million on. It was just 17 hours straight of Plinko. I think Plinko is the worst game in the casino, but for whatever reason at the time, I thought it was like so cool. Maybe before I realized it was horrible. So I am known for Plinko, but I can't stand it. However, just the other day, it was maybe a week ago, I had $1,500, and I was like, what the hell am I going to do with $1,500? So I dropped one Plinko ball, hit a 130X, paid $200,000. It was like the coolest bonus to my week is just a free $200,000. But no, Plinko's like I would actually go as far to say Plinko's my least favorite game, even though that's kind of like what I was initially known for. Favorite game right now is a new slot called Seamen.
Seamen?
Yeah, Seamen. But I just max won it. It was awesome.
What are the shadiest things online casinos do that people don't know about?
I'm not like that in the loop. Like if there's something like really shady going on, I know as a fact that the game maker, but this is no different than IRL casinos. Yeah. They can just click a button and make it like you're not like the RTP has gone down significantly. Like it's as easy as going on your computer and like scrolling. I don't know exactly what it looks like, but that's how I'd imagine. They got a little RTP and they just like change it. I know, bro. And they'll say you can't do that. You coded the game, motherfucker. So I know you can change whatever you want to change. I'm not sure if that happens because a lot of these games aren't super like these providers for slots aren't super closely audited. I know No Limit is audited because they're in Sweden, so it's pretty strict out there. But there's other providers that definitely could get away with fucking with the odds. But the thing is, I guess it's just a matter of like human greed and how fast you want to make money. But these providers, the top ones at least, have the good faith and reputation of Stake and Roulette riding on them. So Stake and Roulette, Rainbet, whatever these big casinos are doing their own audits on the games. And these companies are making, so if RTP is 96% and they pay, you know, maybe like a couple percent to the casino, They have a few percent of every player in the world, and they're on every platform. They're definitely making millions of dollars a day. Like,
so the people who make the games get paid? It doesn't all just go to Stake?
No, yeah, the people that make the games. So how it works is
That sounds like a good business.
Stake bankrolls it. They provide the software, and then they get 1 to 2% out of the players' losses just for the software. And if you have the software and you're making, let's just for simplicity's sake say you make 1% of every player's losses around the world on every popular casino, no competition, you're on every casino because the top games are on every single casino. Would you really try and get 4% here and there and risk all of that and then also risk like being sued, going to jail for the rest of your life? I don't know. Maybe if you're really, really greedy, potentially. But, I mean, could they? Most definitely. And B, I know as a fact, Trainwrecks did a deep dive into one of these providers. And one of the players that was sponsored by a provider, usually these deals, you can be sponsored by a provider. Oh, fuck. I'm probably never going to get a provider sponsorship after this. But I don't need one, I guess. But either way, the point being is if you play a slot enough, like say whatever number you land on in your deal, say 70% of your gameplay is on their games, you they'll give you money. And Train, there's a streamer that was sponsored by one of these companies, and they were max winning at a rate like 6,000% more than a person would typically max win. Is it crazy luck? Impossible. Like there's no way you could possibly be a one-off, get that lucky, and be a big streamer. So in this sense, it wasn't an online casino. It fell on the provider making that person win a lot so that they get their clips of their slot that's always winning, and people are like, oh, I should go play that one. Trainwrecks totally exposed that. I definitely can't say the names, and I'm probably never going to get a provider sponsorship after that.
Have you thought about launching your own games, like your own slots?
I'm not that smart, dude.
Yeah, but you're launching your own casino.
I can
Because it's easier to launch a casino than a slot theoretically, right?
well, yeah, much, because the slot, you're making a game and you have to
I thought that shit was all made with AI, bro. Like,
I'm actually
thought they
at
just
this
AI
point you
generated them.
maybe can
Yeah.
probably can, but either way, the point being is making a game is like coding a video game, whereas making infrastructure for a casino is having code that you can input their video game, and then you just need the bankroll to pay the winners. So making the casino in itself like infinitely easier than putting all these bright colors and like the functionality of the slot. I don't even know how you would ever ensure that your RTP is consistent and like when it pays out. It's very confusing to me, and I don't have time to dabble in that. I'm not even close.
do you know
to smart enough.
Roblox? Did you play Roblox when you were a kid? Not really.
Nah.
No. It's really tempting for me to get into that shit, but I didn't. Casinos sound like what's the top casino game make you think? Like a month?
It's very diversified now. I would imagine Pragmatic. They have about like 30-40% of all slot play in online gambling, and say they make 1% on all slot play in the world, like billions of dollars. I don't know, like, but definitely, like, bro, you think fucking Tesla makes money? Pragmatic is making money.
Are gamblers addicted to the feeling of winning or the thrill of losing?
Oh, both, dude. Because winning isn't dope. Like, it's just like life. If the pursuit of greatness only is spectacular because it's hard, if life was too easy, the same as a movie. If the main character just walked through it and defeated the boss, or a video game, Mario, Bowser was a one-shot, how many times are you going to log in and fucking one-shot Bowser and walk out and get any amount of dopamine hit, right? Like, if the winning was unlimited, and of course the money can buy you nice things, the dopamine would go away like immediately. So the thrill of losing is what makes it so incredible, and it's just like everything spectacular is very difficult, and it's like gamblers are typically very impatient for like the dopamine hit of life. So it's like the trials and tribulations of life fast-tracked into a 1 hour period where you can go up and down, up and down, up and down 7 different times within the same hour. Like, the perfect balance of losing and winning is what makes it so spectacular.
Do you think you've ever you might get unfazed by winning at a certain point, but do you think you'll ever get unfazed by losing?
I mean, yeah, I lost 50,000 last week, and I didn't think about it, not even while it was happening. It's just like, all right, whatever. Like, that's how it goes, because I've lost so many times. I'm just very familiar with the experience, and my net worth is not large enough to blink at 50,000. Like, 50,000 is a lot of money to me, but since I've gambled so much, and the problem with I mean, it's sad to talk about, but I was talking about this earlier today. Like, gambling has fried my dopamine, especially gambling on stimulants, so much where it's like, if I had a kid today, I'd be like, yo, what up, little dude? Like, I swear, and I have this same experience. I talked to my gambling friends about this. We're just like, dude, life is so boring. Like, I can't stand, like, just existing is boring because the amount of dopamine you get. So what I'm getting at is, although my bankroll isn't big enough to lose 50,000, because I've won and lost 50,000 countless times, now for me to really be excited, I have to win over 500,000, even though my net worth isn't even, like, that's spectacular as far as my net worth goes. So it's just like, and I see it in other gamblers too, like, the stakes get exponentially higher and higher and higher. Like, in the last year, well, I guess it's a little different because my net worth has gone up, but a lot of my friends, their stakes have gone up 10x in the last year, although their net worth has stayed about the same. You just have to keep pushing it and pushing it to get the same hit, and I have no solution for that. Like, my dopamine is so cooked, and in the pursuit of a happy life, I'm trying to find solutions, and I've been sober recently. Everyone says life is better sober. Life sucks sober. I can't stand being sober. I'm sitting here like it's like I was forced to lock in.
Yeah, you seem super locked in today. I'll be honest.
Oh my God, no, I'm not. I'm in shambles. Today, I almost called you, said we can't do it today because wow, this is crazy that we're talking about this. You know, I was thinking because I just bought a ton of Adderall. I don't have it yet. I was thinking about calling you and being like, dude, we got to cancel this. And then once I can take an Adderall, then we can do the podcast. It'll be a lot better. I was like, just suck it up and do it. But the point is, bro, life is so much worse sober. And maybe it's because I've not been sober enough, but dude, I don't know how I'm ever going to solve this crisis of evolving as a human. I guess I'm 22, so I have time, but dude,
You're 23 now, bro.
oh, fuck, I'm 23. He knows better than me. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I got to see like a therapist or something because I swear nothing gets me. And Eric, my coach, asked me today, he said, when are you happiest? Like we were talking about how good working out feels. When are you the happiest? Like I love working out. You get such a good workout. And I was like, dude, I'm happiest when I'm rip shit on and I'm gambling. Like, is that bad to say? Maybe, probably bad to say, but it's just like, what do you, that's how it is. And I've been getting a lot of memories because Togi versus Cabo was exactly 1 year ago today. I've seen these memories like, damn, that shit was so much fun. It's kind of like how Jordan Belfort talks about Quaaludes, like some Ritalin and Xanax, dude. That's like the pocket is the best feeling.
Have you ever had a Quaalude?
No, I can't get my hands on it.
I feel like there's a couple of them left in the world. I don't know.
I would pay $100,000 for one.
100K for a Quaalude?
Yeah, if anyone's got Quaaludes. But now I'm going to get scammed. I'm not buying your damn Quaaludes. All right, guys. I'm going to get about 60 DMs. Yo, I got the last Quaalude, bro. Just wire me.
It's going to be the same guy that sold you the Rolex, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying no Quaaludes, guys. But if I was 100% sure it was a real Quaalude, I would totally buy it.
What's interesting about like you gambling and drinking, doing drugs, like steroids, all this stuff, is like I feel like most guys our age like put that degen energy into like girls. Is that like a thing for you, or like do you not really focus on girls that much?
I've made some very questionable decisions. I've banged a ton of twos in my life. Like it's not a noble thing, but it's also like, dude, it happens. And I don't want to hear anybody in the comments taking the high road on me because it's like, dude, you guys got to understand, especially back when I was in the frat, like you're ripped on drugs, you're drunk, you're on trend, and then you got like you're gonna have to bang the frat slut. Like it's not even up to me, bro. I swear it's if anybody would do the same thing in that position. So either way, I've banged like tons of women that are far below what I should be banging, which also is a good point though. Like I don't mind it and I don't regret any of it. It's weird being famous because everyone thinks like I should be with like top quality women. Sometimes I just want to pound a torta, dude. Like I swear it's easier. It's less like like it's less work. It's just easy. It's just like, all right, like let's go, let's do this. So I don't want to hear like, dude, it's just frustrating that people are very into my personal life and it's like, oh, Togi banged a torta. Yeah, dude, grow up. Like what's the big deal? But either way, I don't focus on I'm so obsessed with my vision and my path. Like, I don't think I've had sex or jacked off in like probably weeks because I'll get like in such an obsessive state of what I'm trying to get done where it's like the women is so far behind on my radar. And I've also found that the less you worry about women, the easier it is to get them, you know, like everyone knows like, oh, build your own garden. Like, you wouldn't chase a butterfly, like attract them. So like when I was in high school, I didn't get very many girls. And now that I'm like really obsessed with, you know, like more important things, like, you know, whatever, retiring my family, making sure my friends are good, building wealth and making a name for myself. Now the women are no problem whatsoever. And I think because of that mindset shift, and especially like when you have something in abundance, it's not like, you know, if you always have food available, you're not gonna like be like, oh, food, let me get it. But like when if you only got a plate of food once a day, like first thing you have the opportunity, it's all the focus on the food. So it's just I think I've gotten to the point where I don't really think about it too much, and you know, maybe at some point we'll circle back. But it's just hanging out with a girl is no better than getting ripped on all day. Like really crunch the numbers of like, if you find a wife, great. But at our age, typically you hang out with the girl, and it's a very deceiving trap because you'll hang out with the girl all day, whatever, maybe like 6 hours, you go bowling, you get food, you go back, you have sex, you watch a movie. And at the end, you're like, oh, I feel pretty good about myself. Like, that was a good day. Because, like, instinctively, like, you're reproducing. It's great. But you didn't do that to reproduce. You, like, whatever. You pulled out whatever. I don't know. And then you get a dopamine hit of being productive because that's just, like, instinctually how it is. But in reality, you've done nothing that day. You might as well have gotten baked and play Fortnite. You might as well have done heroin all day long. Nothing good has happened. Unless, of course, you have a wife in which is helping you achieve your dreams. But 99% of the time, that's not the case.
It's a really good take. Yeah, you kind of get the false reward that you did something good. Like, reality is just a waste of time.
So kind of once you, like, wake up to how unproductive women are, it's, like, so much less attractive. Like, you just, like, I don't want to spend my time doing that.
Would you date a girl that gambles?
No. That's kind of like, would a girl date a dude that fucking wears a thong? Like, it's the most masculine activity ever. Gambling is for men. Imagine you get a call from a girl and she's like, yo, could I borrow 10,000 because I got this parlay. I got this 6 leg and it's a fucking lock. I'd be like, shut the fuck. Like, that's disgusting. That like, absolutely not. If I'm with a girl, I kind of just want them to like sit there and watch me gamble. And if I'm gambling, like, sure, you can gamble like a few thousand on the side just to entertain yourself. I do not want a degenerate gambling girlfriend. That's like really like almost as gross as them having a penis.
You think girls are lucky when you gamble? Like, they make you luckier?
No, I think generally speaking, they need to shut the fuck up when I'm gambling. Oh my God, like, you should play this one or you should do this. And it's like, yeah, I do not want to hear any of this right now. And then you get like worked up and then you can't focus. I do not like gambling with women. Sometimes it's good for the streams, but generally it just...
What's one conspiracy theory you 100% think is true?
I don't really dabble in conspiracy theories because it's almost like the concepts are so much bigger than me. It's like, I don't care for politics because it's like, you know, my energy put into this is, I can't do anything about it.
It's a really rich people's game.
Yeah, like, it's like for people that, you know, if you have enough influence, then maybe you care about politics. For a regular Joe like me that's just trying to like make it throughout the day without killing himself, like, politics are the last thing that I need to worry about. Whereas now we're talking conspiracies, that's like above politics. So when I see a conspiracy theory, I kind of just write it off as I don't give a shit, because it's like, dude, I like, as far as what I need to get done today, worrying about if the fucking earth is flat or not, who gives a fuck? Like, maybe it's good conversation at best, but really, when do you need good conversation? When you're trying to bang a girl and they don't care if the earth's flat or not, definitely not going to get you laid. And B, I don't even care about getting laid. So the whole conspiracy thing, like, I don't dabble.
Is there one though that like?
No, that's why I thought for about
do you think
15 seconds.
On the moon? Like, landed on the moon?
I don't care.
You don't care.
Like,
That's fair.
I swear, like, I see clips and I'll see Joe Rogan talking about, like, oh, like, it doesn't look right. I'm like, okay, maybe it doesn't look right. All right, on to the next. Like, I've never thought about it enough to have an opinion. Like, I'll sit here and say, okay, that's a good point, that maybe 9/11 was weird and maybe that is an inside job. I don't know. That's kind of all I'm gonna look into it. I don't because like what the fuck is that gonna do for me? Like getting to the bottom of it. If anything, it's gonna stress me out. So I just like I have no opinions on them. But some of them, it's like, oh wow, that's a good point. Well, I guess I'll never know. I'm really okay with just like floating around this world in the unknown. I think.
Did you go to a Diddy party?
Dude, oh my God, Brad took me to a Diddy party. It was ridiculous. It wasn't a real Diddy party. It felt like a Diddy party. It was everyone. It was like all these like Love Island people. What was the date? Maybe it was some holiday. Oh, it was the 4th of July maybe, and I was at the Phase party, and we're like, all right, this is boring. And Brad's like, oh,
Was
Bradley
this a few
Martin.
weeks ago?
Yeah, it was recent. And Bradley Martin's like, oh, dude, I got this party, and we show up, and like everyone's wearing white. I don't know a single. The only people I recognized were the Love Island people, and everyone else is like very rich, never seen or heard of them. And then there's like a lot of like really like weird, sketchy vibes going on, so I left. But Bradley Martin totally took me to a Diddy party.
Interesting. What's the weirdest place you've ever woken up?
I've only ever nothing like too like freaky or like whoa, this is not chill. One time I was oh my God. So are you familiar with the pin?
No. What's that?
It's a long acting benzo. So like lasts 4 to 8 hours. Pin lasts 72 hours. So it's for people with like chronic anxiety, and you just take a little bit and your anxiety's gone for 3 days. But I would take like 30 of them bitches, and next thing you know, like literally it's just like, whoa, you take it and you kind of commit to the idea of waking up in 4 days. So I took this was when I was first getting into those too. So I didn't really know like the consequences per se. So I took I remember I bought 25 pins. I don't know the milligrams. And I just they hit so slow. I took 5 and it's like, I'm not high. Take another 5. I'm not high. Take 15. All right, I'm kind of high, but benzos have this weird way of tricking you into thinking like you're not that high. You should take another one. Take 5 more, and it's like, okay, now I'm in the pocket. Now I feel really good. Let me take the last 5. And then I was in Italy. I started in Boulder, Colorado, and I wake up and I was we were in the I think it was Milan airport, and I remember kicking this vending machine is like the first thing I remember. And I'm like trying to get these fucking crackers out of it. My friend's like, what are you doing? Like, we're about to miss our layover. What the fuck are you talking about? Miss our layover. I guess we planned, all of us blacked out on K-pins to go to Italy. So that's like the weirdest.
Was that the Italy trip you were talking about? That wasn't. Like,
no, that was actually after. It was so much fun in Italy on that spontaneous trip. We decided to go again, and that's when I spent a majority of my money. But I've never woken up in a like crack house or anything like too weird.
Just Italy, yeah.
Italy, yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty good case scenario, you know?
Yeah, I know it was a great time. That's why I say it's.
I'm sure you took a few more for the plane ride, though.
Almost definitely. It's not. I don't know exactly what happened in that process, but what's funny to me is I can't imagine what a flight attendant. You see like fucking 3 kids, and they're all just like slurring their words. Like, what do you do with them? Because they've paid for their tickets, and they're like doing it. Like, do you just pray they fall asleep? Like, I don't even know like if I was being cooperative or not. Typically, I'm pretty nice when I'm blacked out. But I'm just like thinking that must be the worst case scenario if you're a flight attendant.
Don't you have the #1 clan on Clash Royale?
I used to. I was getting roid rage at one kid. I kicked him out, and then we dropped 100 ranks.
Are you pretty good?
No, I'm all right. I'm not good. I'm good enough to have over 10,000 trophies, and I just used my influence to like rip my way into #1. But what happened is, you know how recently, do you play?
Yeah, I play.
They just came out with the 10,000 trophy thing, and I saw Jinxie post a TikTok about it, and I was like, oh, that's cool, Clash Royale. I've not played in a few years. So I hop on Clash Royale, spend $3,000, max out all my cards, and then I made a post, and I was like, only people with 10,000, and I was just the first clan to get all people with 10,000 because I just used my influence to get those people. I was literally the last in my clan, like ranked dead 50th as the leader. So I'm not good, but I'm good enough to pull off number one. It only lasted like a week.
Would you play a game for $1,000?
Yeah, let's do it.
No way, bro.
All right.
If you win, I have a crypto site loaded.
Oh, this is very exciting. And this is funny. Last night I lost $1,000 on a game of Clash Royale, so this is my redemption.
Shit, man. We gotta lock in.
Do I just text you a friend request, right?
Yeah. Oh shit, bro.
Oh my god, this is fun.
Oh god, Togi. He just played a
Oh, your Expo. Oh my god. All right, this isn't a bad situation for me. Pekka does pretty good against Expo usually. Oh, I just swapped.
Definitely playing a hog cycle.
Just swapped. Whatchamacallit. Oh no. Okay, nice. I used to have Fireball, which would have been great for that witch situation, but. Expo, witch, ice golem. Oh my god. All right.
Did you play this in high school?
Bro, you know, I played it when it was just in the Canadian App Store. I remember back in the day, max level was nice.
Fuck.
Max level was 3. So I've been playing it for over 9 years. But not I took like 5 years off.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you got for this? Oh, he's locked. Oh, this is a good little push I got going here. Hog's getting 2 hits right here. Oh, no.
I think this is the first podcast where people play Clash Royale.
The defensive rage, dude. Oh, Evo Witch is so tough to deal with. I hate the Evo Witch. Oh, that was pretty well played right there. I'll give that to you. Oh, it's locked on? What the fuck is going on there? Oh, God. All right. Whew, that was really close. I didn't realize it was locked on. Oh, that was such a choke on my part. Damn, that snowball really does work on that. Oh, fuck. Oh, that fucking witch.
Oh, man, we got overtime on this shit. This is a close game.
This is extremely close, dude. I'm sweating, bro.
I'm cooked.
Oh, come on, Hog. 2 hits, maybe? 1 hit.
That's game. Fuck, Togi got me.
Oh, come on. Shoot! Oh! Let's see how much damage that does. Okay. Oh, so that's that's a sneaky little strategy right there. I didn't know that makes it reset. That's a fire strategy, dude.
Oh, man, I'm cooked.
I think this is it right here. This is a crazy close game.
All right.
Dude, I didn't know that if you... Good game. I didn't know if you Evo snowball, it makes the Expo lock. Because
I thought that would throw you off. It's a good one.
I didn't realize it was locked. I just assumed it wasn't. But that makes sense that it makes them disappear. That's a really good strategy, dude.
It's hard to play against for sure.
I've never seen anybody utilize that. Why don't you have like a Tesla or not Tesla? What's the fucking tower that shoots the electricness?
Oh, the Tesla with it?
Oh, is it Tesla? Why don't you run that with it? Isn't that like, I don't know anything about Expo decks, but isn't that like the standard is having that to protect it?
This was like the highest win rate of the top player last week, so I just
Oh yeah, that's totally
shit.
fair. I mean, bro, I usually my peck is. Oh, dude, this is good. You gotta chuck a fucking wanted buy with it. Well, there's a bunch of new games.
I think we might have to do Plinko for this. So the game here, Togi, is $100. If you get the question right, we'll double it. If you get it wrong, we half it.
Okay, word.
And then we'll drop a ball. Okay, so what's the closest planet to the sun?
Oh God, dude. Oh God. Okay, closest planet to the sun. It's that brown motherfucker with the ring around it. Fucking Mercury. Is that a planet?
I think that's right.
Is that the right answer?
Bro, he got it. All right.
Let's go.
We'll drop the ball. I'll send this all to you, by the way.
What did it hit? I couldn't see
Oh,
it.
shit, yeah, we can't see the... I think it was just 1.1.
Word.
So I double it now. Oh, fuck.
Oh, let's go, dude.
Okay, I'm going to give you 10 seconds for this answer. What's 23 plus 44?
Holy shit. 67.
6, 7?
6, 7. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, let's go.
All right. Shit, what we got here?
Oh, no. Okay, just one next. You
And
got to
one
click
X?
on game mode. You got to make it high difficulty, though.
Oh, how do I do that?
See how it says low and it's highlighted purple? Right under the bet amount.
I'll give it to you. Yeah. You can drop them if you want to.
Just like that.
Oh, okay. Bet. So it's on 200 now. Okay. What's the capital of Nebraska?
I couldn't name one state or one city in Nebraska. Fucking... It's like the Red College. I don't know. I forfeit that one.
I'll take it back. You forfeit that one? Okay. So I'll half it. What TikToker cracked Brez scales?
DJR. I'm
the
deep
ball.
in that lore, bro. Oh, no. What a fucking tease.
Damn, bro. All right, so we double it. And then what car did TJR recently buy?
Conan's egg?
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Shit, bro, do I gotta double this? Fuck.
Come on.
We might run out of money before the questions are up.
$400,000. Oh, 0.2.
Damn, bro.
Oh, my God.
What's the max deposit for a new account on Roobet?
Fuck, I don't know. Is it $1,000? I don't know.
I thought you'd know.
You don't know?
I have no idea.
I think it's unlimited.
Okay, name 3 slots with a bass.
Christmas, Big Bass, Bonanza, Big Bass, hitting the tracks, and then just regular Big Bass Halloween. The bass is too easy. There's so many bass games. Oh. What
Bro.
the fuck is that, dude? But this is the one I had 1,500 and I just had one ball. Dropped it at 130 for 200,000. It was so sick.
What's the highest number on a roulette wheel?
36. 30. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, 36.
I think it's 35.
Oh, it pays 1 to 36. Fuck, how did I get that wrong? Because there's the
Damn,
0.
bro. Shit. Okay, we go to half. And then what crypto is most used in online casinos?
Bitcoin?
Yeah, that's right. All right,
Let's
so
go.
drop it.
Oh my God, these balls are just fucking us, dude.
Who is the 45th president of the U.S.?
Obama. Is that right?
No.
Who is it?
Donald Trump.
All right. Now you know.
All right, so we're down to 25. Okay. Besides back knee and roid rage, what's the most common side effect of steroids?
Fucking back knee, roid rage, hair loss.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What's like the most annoying one?
I mean, there's gyno, hair loss, high blood pressure. There's a lot. There's a laundry list.
I was thinking your balls shrinking, but
Oh, that balls shrinking. I mean, bro, you
I'll
can
give
go on
that
and
one to
on.
you. All right, we'll drop one. Oh, we got a reward.
Silver one. Dude, how have we not gotten a single 2x?
It's insane. What year did Mr. Beast get 100 mil on YouTube?
Wasn't it last year?
I think it was 2022.
Oh, shit. Mr. Beast has been locked in.
Who is the first president?
George Washington.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah.
That was too easy.
That was like way too
All right,
easy.
you want
That's
to do
like
the
some
honors?
elementary school.
You can drop
All right,
this
we're
one.
going all in.
We'll max it.
So this could hit for $500,000. That would be so sick. Howie would be so pissed. All right. Oh, God, that does not look good. Oh! All right.
All right,
sorry.
max it. No,
All
max
right, we'll
it
max it
again.
again. $100, 100,000. Come on.
1,000x.
Oh wow, we have $20 left. Yeah, so see, that's why I advocate against Plinko because that's like the most standard Plinko experience ever.
Your last ball.
Yeah, there she
One
goes,
win, bro.
dude. That's about how it usually goes. So there you go, guys. That's what Plinko is like. If you're wondering, like, oh, should I play Plinko? If that's what you're looking for, then yes. Fucking go for it, guys. Did you know that these have more microplastics
Shut the fuck up.
than a regular? It's coated on the inside. And so to trace microplastics on this specific brand is more than a plastic water bottle.
You know what I was thinking the other day? That this shit low-key tastes like tap water.
Yeah, I don't think this is a scam for sure.
It looks cool though.
but you feel dope, yeah.
I'm like, if I drink tap water, it would taste the exact same.
100%.
I don't think they're sponsoring us anytime soon, so we can say that. Looking back when you were a kid, what's the first memory of your addictive personality?
Oh my God. Well, so when I was I used to be a champion. I used to be a stud, bro. When I was 12, I was in the Little League World Series. I was like
You were that good at baseball?
unanimously, like it was consistent across the board. Everyone's like best catcher in America, Shane Stoffer, 12 years old, going to the MLB, like working out with D1 schools. I was 12 years old. I was a stud. And then I go to high school. They put me on varsity as a freshman, and then I started like like wanted to be like cool, you know? You go to high school, you're self-conscious, want to be cool. So I was like hanging out with the basketball kids. Like, oh, we're going to a party. It's like, oh, dope. So the first night, whatever, I go to a party and I try smoking weed for the first time as a freshman in high school. And whatever, I just like, dude, the second I smoked weed, I was like, this is the dopest thing ever. Like, I love this shit. Every single day for the next week, I was smoking weed. That was the first time I did it. And within 7 days, I was just like started to do acid. And I was like doing a lot of acid. I think my freshman year of high school, I probably did acid at least 100 times. Like, it was like, I took acid. I remember I used to like sneak out with my friends. This is like not, oh my God, my parents would kill me if they saw this. But we would used to sneak out and we would steal the cars. Like, we would have 5 of our friends. Oh my God, this is, I really hope my parents, well, it doesn't matter. Sorry, Mom. We were 14, mind you, at the time. So none of us have a driver's permit. We'd sneak out and
You take their car?
we would take the cars and then we would go to King Soopers and you go in there and you just grab 2 30 racks and you just run out every time. You get 60 beers for like whatever. That's plenty for kids. And we would drive around. It was in Gum Barrel in Colorado. We would drive around just getting shit-faced and looking for work offices. And every night after usually it takes about 5 tries, you would find that one that's unlocked. And we would go in there and just like go into their break room. And we would just get shit-faced all night long, doing like smoking weed, drinking, doing acid, and like every weekend we would do this. And then some days the one memory I have, I remember I was so hungover at school because we did it the night before. I slept for maybe like 30 minutes, go do basketball practice in the morning. And I remember I'm too hungover, and I go to the bathroom, and I remember see my friend, and he's like doing acid in the bathroom. I was like, whoa, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm doing acid. Do you want to try some? I was like, oh yeah, dude, totally. Not a thought in my mind like this is maybe a bad idea. I was like, this is gonna be incredible. And I did it, whatever. No, like tripping at school. Oh, I ditched all my classes. I was just like running around tripping balls, and it was great. But looking back on it, it's like, you're a little drug addict, dude. That version of me, like 14 years old, is definitely like very clear moment. The first time I smoked weed, it was like, that kid's an addict. And it's weird looking back because when you're a kid, you do these things, you feel very adult. Like, you feel like mature, like, oh, I can handle myself. This is lit. Now I see a 14-year-old, I'm like, that is a little munchkin, dude. That kid, bro, like, that is a baby. Like, that's a child, 100%. So it's really crazy to me to think back on, like, all the shit that I used to do back then. But yeah, no, I think I've been a drug addict. Like I said, right now is the longest I've been sober since I was 14 years old. So like since the first day I smoked weed, it's been some drug one way or another for what am I? I'm 23, 9 years now.
What does sober look like for you right now?
It sucks, bro. It just fucking
Like you still do stuff though, right?
No. Well, I've been fully sober for we were talking about earlier. It's I've been sober for 18 days now. So I'm on steroids, like a lot of them, like some of the most harsh compounds you can put in your body. But I just wake up every day and I'm just like, this sucks. It's one of those situations where every day you wake up and you're like, dude, like as long as I get through the day and I like get a podcast done or I like work a little bit on my video, even it's as bad as like if I just like do some cardio and eat my meals, that's a good day. Because being sober is so boring. Like I'm so excited for this to be over. Not like in the sense that I'm disliking it, but I'm disliking it to a degree where it's just like, oh my God, this is so much stuff going on. Like I just want to lay in my bed and watch It's Always Sunny and do nothing. Like
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's a good show.
Love that shit.
My
So
sister
it's
likes
like, have you
that,
seen the new season?
I haven't seen it. My sister, like, it's one of her favorite shows.
It's very the new season's very forced. It doesn't feel authentic. It's too high quality production. It's either here nor there. My initial sobriety journey was you can drink alcohol, but then I would get shit faced and I get very sleepy. Bro, I didn't realize this. Every time for years when I drink, I just do cocaine, and it's just like kind of how it works. Like you're getting drunk, you do cocaine, whatever. I started drinking, I'd fall asleep, dude. I need cocaine to drink. If anything, drinking is less fun than being sober if you're not doing cocaine. I cannot stand being drunk if I'm not racked. So I was like, now this sucks. Now I might as well go fully sober. And now I'm fully sober. Life is so boring. I can't stand it. So that's kind of what I'm.
But you're still doing like stimulants, right?
No, none. That's
You're
like,
not on Adderall right now?
No. Oh my God, dude. That's what I was saying earlier is I almost canceled it because I didn't have an Adderall. Like every podcast, usually it's like I like to be on like 20 milligrams of Adderall and then like maybe like a little Xanax is what I used to do. But I've because I used to get nervous for this kind of thing. Like when I was first coming up, because it's just a weird new experience. It's like, oh, I don't know what to say. But I've done so many of them where it's like so normal to me now, and I'm like, just like whatever, just another day. But the point being is,
what do you miss the most? Like if you didn't have to be sober right now?
I miss everything about being. I miss waking up in the morning and being racked by 11 a.m. I miss
like what drug do you miss the most?
Percocets are probably the best. Well, Xanax are the best by far, but Xanax, I don't miss it because you get very, like, the rebound anxiety is very, very bad, and it can last for, like, months. Like, the first time I got addicted to Xanax, which is funny that it happened twice after this, but either way, the first time I got addicted to Xanax, it was before I was famous. Bro, I never had a, like, anxiety disorder. I never had any anxiety, but for 2 months after I stopped, I would have panic attacks anytime. I'd walk into a room, and it would be my good friends. If there's any more than 3 people in the room, a panic attack, like immediately. I'd be on a date, panic attack. Like it is the worst withdrawal I've ever had. So it's like Xanax I don't miss because of that. But like as far as like the high, the feeling, dude, Xanax is unmatched. It's the best. Like I said, I miss being in Cabo and taking his 4 milligrams alprazolam or however you ever say it, 60 milligrams Ritalin, and that's the pocket. That's the best you'll ever feel in your entire life. I miss it. Bro, if I could go to Rios Los Cabos during spring break, not be famous for 2 days, and just get fucking ripped on Xanax and Ritalin for 2 days and have no hangover, I would give up my crib in Miami. I'd sell my house, $2 million house. I'd give it up just for that 2 days. That's how good it is. Like, that's how good that if you're in college and you have the opportunity to go to Rios Los Cabos and just get fucking rip shit on Xanax and Ritalin and just go nuts, please spend the rest of your money on doing it. It's like $5,000 for the flight, hotel, everything. Best money you'll ever spend. I miss that experience more than anything in the fucking world.
Do you remember the first time that you took steroids?
Yeah, I was 20. This is interesting. I took steroids because, well, I loved the gym, right? I loved working out. I loved getting jacked. And I wanted to be famous. And I was like, I need a shock factor. Like, I need something that, you know, like, really sets me apart from the regular gym goer. And I was like, dude, if I just take steroids and talk about how I'm doing steroids and show myself doing steroids, like, it's the perfect recipe for going viral because it has a community that's curious about it, that doesn't know much about it, has a community that loves it, that will like the video, and it has a community of haters. So you have the perfect storm of tons of comments, tons of watch time, tons of likes, and it went viral like immediately. And my thought process going into that was, this makes perfect sense that it would go viral. I'm going to try it. And if I don't like it, I'll stop. That's how everything in this life is. In order to get something you don't have, you have to do something you never did. And a lot of people have a hard time grasping that idea, that they're like, why am I stuck? Why do I feel lost? Why is there no progress? Because you're not trying anything new. You're not taking any risks. So to me, it was like, why not just take this risk? And worst case, I stop. I have negative side effects of steroids and I learned my lesson. Best case, right? So I that was kind of my mindset.
Do you remember the feeling
into
you got? Like the feeling you got, the people you were with the first time you did it? Like, was it a big deal for you to do it at all?
I was alone when I did it the first time. And that's a big thing. Like, I was really nervous. I remember, like, putting the needle in for the first time was very nerve-wracking. But that's also another really important message I give to young men: not take steroids alone in your bathroom. But the idea of walking alone and taking on a big thing. Like, this is why, like, a lot of college students, they gather their friends to start a business, which is great. I love starting a business with your friends. But typically, you have to walk your path alone and do the scary things alone, because it shows you that, you know, no one really, at the end of the day, no one's going to save you but you, and no one's going to give a shit about your journey, like, to a significant extent. Like, of course, you're rooting for your friends, but no one's really going to be your saving grace. Like, you're going to have to do it alone. So it was like, I didn't even really tell people about it. I was like, you know, this is kind of like my friends, I don't need to hear their opinion on it. Like, this is something I decided I want to do. So I remember doing it alone. It was like super terrifying, injecting it for the first time. But it's a very slow, like, you don't get a hit right away. There's certain drugs, like, I'm taking some right now that you get a hit, like, right away. You take it, holy fuck, this is incredible. But it was just taking testosterone at the time. So it was like, you don't feel it for
What did you start
3
with?
weeks.
1,000?
No, that's like a lot. I went up to like 1.5 grams at my peak, which is too much, but I started with 300 milligrams of testosterone.
Did you test your natural testosterone?
Yeah, it was 480. So it was like perfectly in range. I had no like medical reason to take it.
Interesting. Who inspired you to take steroids? Was there like a certain creator or something? Or?
Yeah, it was the natties, bro. Like Lex Little, Alex Eubanks, because they're like, look how good I look naturally. I've been working out for 7 years. Fuck yourself, dude. 7 years. Who has time for that? I don't have it, bro. I have dreams. Bro, that's like a big thing. It's like everything I want, I'm very impatient, which is a bad quality, more likely than not. It depends on, I guess, the situation. And that's why I like gambling, because it's like I want it now. And so I see Lex Little, and he's like, dude, this guy looks incredible. In 7 fucking years, no fucking shot. So those were the guys. Like, I want to look like that, but I want to look like that in 2 months. So I was like, now I'm gonna just take steroids and do that.
Do you remember the first time that you took Xanax?
No, I must have blacked out, because it was definitely one of those times when I was fucking stole one of the parents' cars in high school, and like, I don't know. I don't really remember it.
Did you have strict parents?
Reasonably, they didn't condone they weren't like, do whatever you want to do by any means, but they were kind of like, they always taught me, like, I used to, they would be like, dude, you got to stop sneaking out and stealing the cars, because like, it's not easy to not get caught. You come back shit-faced, blacked out, you're like stumbling through the window. It's like, dude, what are you fucking doing right now? but I used to get frustrated because they'd be like, stop doing this. And I would be like getting bad grades. And like, yeah, this will really piss him off. And they're like, dude, you're making your own bed right now. Like, you have to understand it's your life and we care about you, but we're not going to make you do anything. Like, you're going to have to fucking figure this out, bud, because it's your bed. And then it's like, after enough times of shooting myself in the foot looking for validation, I realized that it wasn't coming, and that really inspired me. Like, it's like, okay, now I see how life works. It's on you. Everything is on you to make your life what you need it or what you want it to be.
You might be the wrong person to ask this, but if you had, like, do you think you can convince someone to stop an addiction? Like, do you think you convince them to stop gambling, or do you think that's all up to them?
I can't convince myself to stop gambling and doing drugs. So
has anyone ever said anything to you that's like made you like, shit, maybe?
No, it's hard. When you find such significant success, I have good friends, but the problem is all my friends, like, we're all in the same boat. Like, I just happen to be the most successful of the retard drug addicts that we are, but all of us will sit there and are like, guys, we're all fucked. Like, we're all fucked in the head. This is ridiculous how we got problems. But we've never had like an outside like figure come in, because it's very difficult for someone that people feel very intimidated in the sense that I'm much more successful than a lot of these peers. So I think a lot of people don't speak their concerns, because it's like, you know, like, hey, what if he gets mad? Because, dude, I'm very put together right now, but I get like, I lash out all the time, like, just in the nature of like somebody that does a lot of steroids and drugs. Like, a lot of people are very afraid to step on my toes, especially given my, like, the success that I've found and all the stuff that I'm doing. So I've never had like what's the word they call intervention? I've never had one, no. But I'm self-aware enough to, it's like, it would irritate me, because it's like, I know what you're telling me and I agree with you, and I don't need you to tell me these things. And also, I'm a big fan of focus on yourself, because I remind myself this every day. It's like, who am I to judge when I myself walk imperfectly? Because everyone is so far from perfect. I dislike when somebody has an opinion, good or bad, about me. Like, even one of my least favorite things is when I get, oh, good work, Togi. You earned my following for this one. Like, I'm supposed to care for their approval, or stop doing this, Togi. This is bad. Like, I'm supposed to care for your disapproval. Like, focus on what you have, and I have my own internal battles, and I try and prevent myself from judging people, even though it's hard. Sometimes you find yourself slipping up, but I really try, and I'm so obviously everyone knows this. I'm so far from perfect that I have so much to work on myself, that it's like, I have no time to say, you should stop doing whatever, you know, like
100%, yeah.
So it does. And these ideas are maybe why people. What could I do with my Rolex? I took it off at the start. I don't know what I did with that. But either way, the point is, yeah, people don't intervene too much with me. Oh, here we go. Just sitting on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just curious from like a perspective of maybe you had like a family member or something, like someone you wanted to maybe persuade.
Oh, well,
I
listen to my parents, because I respect them more than anyone.
But like,
on the
if your
planet.
parents were maybe like doing behaviors that maybe you didn't agree with, would you try to intervene, or would you just be like, they're just gonna have to figure it out for themselves, you know?
If it's I like to give. It's the same idea as like, my parents love and cared about me, and still do, obviously. So they let me figure it out. I'll spectate and give the resources needed for my loved ones, but I really like to give people the full control over their own life, because the biggest disservice you can do for somebody is a bailout, and kind of hold their hand through it. And I'm not saying that I'm in the place where I can be like the almighty deciding who should get a bailout or not, but in my own experience, no one saved me, and no one was there for me in like my darkest of days. And at the time, it was like so easy to feel bad for myself. Like, why does nobody care? Why is my life like this? Like, who's gonna feel bad for me? Looking around, waiting for someone to feel bad for me and help me out. And because no one saved me, I now am aware that I'm fully responsible for everything bad in my life. It's like, okay, well, there was a lot of decisions that led up to that were you. So it's a really, and then you can flip the coin, or everything good in your life. I mean, I'm blessed and there's a lot of luck, and, I credit a lot of things to being good, but it's also nice to know that you have the power to make things good. And that's why going to the gym is really good for young men, because it's the most linear example of, if you show up and you work harder than the next guy, you'll see results over the period of a year, 2 years. So that's like really important for people to realize that it's on them, and you can, and you're supposed to. Like, inherently as humans, we're meant to. You're going to be depressed if you don't have like critical thinking and problem solving. Like, that's life, is like you have a problem and you have to solve it. I could buy all my friends from college their dream cars, but why would I do you that disservice of stripping you of that experience where you did it, like you finally did it? That's why it's special buying a dream car. I don't even like my Lamborghini. I don't drive it, but I have it because it's like, that was my dream car when I was a kid, and I did it. I got it. It's like something that I hold, I'm very proud of, even though I don't love the car. So it's like, that would be such a disservice to my friends to bail them out in a situation where I know they can get out of the situation on their own. And sometimes they think I'm being a dick by like, oh, you have so much money, why not just like, because it's not doing anybody any favors.
I think that's great advice. I think people are so concerned about other people's opinions and just trying to help them.
Well, here's the craziest thing that I've been thinking about recently is about other people's opinions. And it's like, I think just being in the spotlight has kind of made me realize this. A crazy person can call you crazy. A stupid person can call you stupid. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm not you. Like, what I want and what I'm trying to do doesn't fit your narrative, so it's crazy to you. I'm not crazy. I'm just doing me. So when you're so concerned about other people's opinions, oh, that's crazy, don't do that. You're going to be embarking on unfulfilling activities, because that's what fits their narrative, not you. And there's always somebody that's going to be, has more potential than you. There's always somebody that's further ahead than you. There's always somebody that is more jacked than you. There's always somebody, that's taller than you. But there's only one you. And that's like the biggest thing, is like, that's all you have is you, like, don't let that be stripped from you just because they don't approve of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The grass is always greener, but sometimes the grass is fake.
Oh, that was a bar, bro. That one on the coffee hour went viral. That I'm pretty proud of. I'm like, was very hungover for that, and I was nervous for that podcast. I'm really glad I said at least one fire phrase.
On that topic of caring about yourself, what would have to happen to you for you to consider your life a failure?
Nothing. If I died today, I would be upset that I didn't fulfill the potential that I was meant to fulfill. Like, with the night I almost died, maybe 5 months ago, because I like overdosed, whatever. I remember thinking to myself, like, I cannot, like, I was so disappointed that I didn't do everything that I was meant to do. Like, everything at that time in my life, I was living very narcissistically. I was very obsessed with my career, and like just like very obsessed with me and more. And I was just so upset that I didn't get to fulfill the potential that I should have. But since I've changed my ways a lot, like it was a big wake up call, and I would be disappointed if I died today. Mostly because I didn't outlive my parents, and I have a lot of really great things that I would like to do. But if I died today, I would be proud of how far that kid that I used to be has came. Like anything, everything that he thought he would be times 10 is what I've done, and now I have dreams, times 100 what I currently have. But I would be blessed with the many experiences and memories. I think in my life, I've lived enough experiences more than the average person has lived in 5 lifetimes. Like I've done a lot of wonderful, very lucky, blessed things. So I'm happy for that. So if I died today, I would be at 1% of my potential, but that 1% was significant enough where I wouldn't deem the overall experience a failure, but it would still be a huge letdown.
Togi, what's the happiest memory you have?
Oh my God.
What's the happiest memory you have sober?
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't have one. Oh my God. The happiest memory I have when I was sober would be no, yeah, dude. Bro. Well, it's hard to say because most
Is there one from your childhood before you're 14?
oh yeah, when I was like in Little League doing all that dope shit, that was a great memory. Like being like what felt like on top of the world.
Do you think you could have gone pro in baseball? Like knowing what you know now about hard work and shit.
Yes, but it's easy to say that about anybody. Like, and baseball is one of those things where you're not limited physically unless you're like really limited. Like, you don't need to be like NBA height. So most people, given enough hard work, like real obsession. Like, sure, I had the benefit of like being blessed young, but like, dude, any 12-year-old could go pro. Like, almost any 12-year-old, given enough obsession, hard work, and dedication, could go to MLB if you had everything perfect. So yes, definitely, but I'm not special in saying that I could have gone pro.
Do you think you would have if you didn't go to that party in high school?
Yeah. I really actually do think that's where my life would have gone. I would have been an MLB player, and I would have probably I would have been happy, but I don't know if
You ever play baseball still?
no, I think it's cool, but more the nostalgic vibe to it. Like I would like my kids to play baseball, but I don't really care for the sport in itself just because of like the impact it had on my life. I think it's awesome. But dude, happiest memory sober is tough. I mean, like in the last year I've done so many things and I was sober for some of it, but it's like, was I really sober if the night before I was just fucking racked? Like as far as like I've not had enough sober time alive to make like incredible memories sober. And also like, dude, the most crazy fun, blessed moments happen when you're with your friends and you're drunk as fuck. Like that's just what it is for me. Like, bro, those are the craziest, most incredible times. But I mean, I can think of sober time. Like I gave a lady that was selling flowers $12,000. She was ecstatic. Like it was a really special moment. And like there's a lot of instances where I've given money and changed someone's life, and that like gives me enough dopamine. But I would say the happiest I can ever remember myself being sober was I was in my Subaru. It was a 2003 Subaru, and I was driving out to Montana. And I just remember listening to Stronger by Kanye West, and I was like, just started doing social media. And I remember like, dude, I was just like that whole car ride. I was just like so grateful and like like tears of joy because I got sponsored by a company. It was the smallest sponsorship ever. Like I had 2,000 followers on Instagram, maybe 20,000 on TikTok. But I was so proud of myself because like it really meant a lot to me that I got my first check, $87. But it was so special to me because that's when today became real for that kid, because it was like I made money doing something that I love. And it was like so special to me that I'll never forget it. Like it was, even though I had nothing and I was a nobody, I could see this exact podcast happening the day that happened, because I was like, now it's real. And that's all it takes is your first win. Like the tiniest win ever is all it takes for you to conquer the world, because that's when you realize that you can and it's real. So that would be like undeniably the happiest I've ever been sober.
Yeah. I remember my first moment making money on social media. It was like a $30 brand deal for a song. That was like such W. I'm like, I'm going to get food with this, you know? Why do people say you pretend to be dumb?
I think I'm not afraid to show my lowest moments and my insecurities like laid out. Like a lot of people pretend to be smart when we're all born the same dumb, squishy, fucking idiot baby, bro. Like you're put on this planet and you have nothing, and people like to, instead of, I've been obsessed with the idea of earning everything I have. So it's like, look at me now, because I will be everything and I will have everything one day. So I'm not afraid to post that clip where it's like, damn, that was stupid. Like that was a super low IQ moment. I'm not afraid to show the world those parts of me because I will earn it. Whereas a lot of people aren't ready to admit that they have to earn it. So they like fake it for the world. So it's like not completely out there. It's not completely, shown. And then also like I'm not like necessarily the brightest, and I'm also like, when you're just black out like on stream, like you say a lot of stupid things, and like it's like just not very like smart decisions get made always. But I think people mistake my blind optimism for a lack of intelligence, because I don't think about things too much, because I know if I think about it, like if I really wanted to analyze something, like an idea or like a venture, you can always find holes in it within 10 minutes. And a lot of people say, oh, I'm smart. Good thing I didn't embark on that, because that's stupid. It wouldn't have worked. But that's not, you can find holes in everything. So I have effectively taught myself to not think at all and just like do. And that involves buying 4 watches and losing $80,000. Should I have not done that? Yeah. Now we know, because whatever, hindsight 2020. Also, that's a good thing to bring up. My grammar, my vocabulary is like well below average. And that's like a really easy way to fake intelligence, is if you just like learn like 60 big words.
So true. Yeah.
Then people are like, holy shit, this guy's a genius. It's like, no, he's not. He just looked up the definition of 60 fucking words. Like seriously though, like just
reuses them over.
Yeah,
and over,
bro. Yeah. Just because I can't speak very well with like an advanced vocabulary doesn't mean that my ideas are any less valuable. And then the cherry on the cake is I took an IQ test and I scored 79, which was, dude, people don't understand the context of that. I was violently hungover. Like a lot of people don't understand like really what happens to your brain after a week of Xanax, Adderall, drinking. Your brain, I swear to God, I was operating at 10% max. Like I was looking at those shapes and all that bullshit, and I was like, honestly, fuck this. I'm just gonna guess because it's just too stressful right now. So I scored very poorly on an IQ test. I would like to think I would do better.
Have you
if I
taken
did it
one
today.
since?
No, just because it's funny. Like, it's like a viral thing. Like, oh, he's got a 79 IQ, and it's just like, all right, whatever. You know what? Like, fuck you guys. I don't care. It will let it be. And also, there is like 2% of me that thinks like, what if you score 79 again? Like, what good does that? It's like I would like to just think like it's like a lottery ticket, right? You buy it, you know you're gonna lose, but if you don't scratch it, you're like, oh, maybe I have the hope. Maybe I'm a winner. Like that's why people buy the Powerball, because for 2 days you get to daydream about being a winner, even though you know you're not a winner. So it's like I like to think I would score higher, but in the off case that I would just like got 79 again, it doesn't really do me any good to be like, oh, whoa, you really are a fucking idiot. Like everything you did in your life is maybe by mistake because you're fucking stupid, dude. So I'm just like, I'm good on that.
Yeah, that stuff's tough. It's like I wear this Aura ring. It like tracks your sleep, and sometimes you look at the thing and it's like, oh, I slept 6 hours. Like, oh, I'm gonna have a bad day, or
oh my god, dude, those things also stress me out. I used to wear one of the whoops or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, your recovery is 4%. Like you're fucked, and it's just like, well, I didn't need to know that. Like I feel fine. Like I don't know. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm a big fan of the ignorance is bliss.
Who's the most impressive person you've ever met?
Okay, this is not. This is gonna sound horrible. This is really gonna sound horrible, but I say this because I know this person better than anyone else, and like it's myself, because I've never seen the struggle that you've been through to get where you are. And I can only imagine that you've had many hours in your own chamber of reflection, fighting your own demons, fighting your own battles to get where you are, but I've not seen it. And firsthand, I've seen like really what it took to lift myself up from where I was to get to where I am now, where it's like, holy fuck, pat myself on the back, because it's incredible. And I'm not discrediting anyone else's journey, because everyone has their own demons. But I'm the only person that I've seen myself fail and fail and fail and fail. And every time I get up and try and climb that ladder again, fall, try again. So I'm just so proud of myself for continuously never giving up, that I'm beyond impressed with my own optimism and resilience. And that's not to say there's much more impressive people in the world than me, obviously. I just don't, I didn't live it.
It's interesting, man. I made a video about that I ask every guest that question, and they always struggle to answer it. And I realized, I made a video about this. I was like, it's because they think it's them. Because you don't get to be successful unless you think it's you.
It was the second you said that, like, I hesitated because I was thinking how I should word it without sounding like a dick, but it's like, me. Like, no hesitation in my head.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
It was not given to me directly. It was Jordan B. Peterson. He said it, but he didn't say it to me. I've never met him. But he said, you're all in by existing. Like, you were born onto this planet, and no matter what, you are all in. And every single day, you're working towards your fears or your dreams. You're going to die on your deathbed, living your fears, being not fulfilling the potential that you once had, or you're going to die becoming what you should have become. And the point he made was, every day the sun comes up and you have to inch towards one side. You don't get to pause. Every day you're all in on being a loser, or you're all in on working towards your dreams. And since you're here, you were born against your will. Since you're already here, you might as well spend your time working towards what you can be, because it's not up to you. And that was like that. People talk about motivation. People talk about discipline. That gets rid of both. It's like the battle. Which one's better? That gets rid of both. You don't have a choice. You have to. There's no, oh, I want to, or there's no, I should. I have to. So that's like, that changed my life when I heard that.
That's beautiful, bro. What I'm thinking about now, and it's killing me, is how good a podcast would be between you and Jordan Peterson. And I know I've
tried to get in touch with him.
Jack and them know him pretty well. I know them pretty well too. I know the daughter and then her husband, and they kind of like run his business. But that would be fire.
He's my idol. Like, there's 3 people in this world that four people in this world that have changed my life, and I see like we all bleed the same and we're all equal, but like these 4 people, it's like in a sense, it's really like they're like a god to me. Not like, obviously I only believe in like one God and we're all human, but like they're elevated above regular human thinking, and I look up to them like forever despite any controversy. So it's Jordan B. Peterson, Andrew Tate, David Goggins, Kanye West. Like those four are like my infinity stones. Like obviously Kanye thing recently is not a good look, but the old Kanye West, his ideas I think are really magical. So those are the four. Like I religiously, before I had anything, would listen to them every single day, just like in all situations. They're great. So I would love to meet Jordan B. Peterson one day. That would be like a huge bucket list. And maybe he could help me figure out all my fucking problems, because he like, dude, that's what he does. Like I would love I would pay hundreds of thousands of dollars just for 1 hour of therapy with him. Like I think would be the coolest experience ever.
I think we could probably set it up, man.
Jordan, bro.
I have to ask this: if which of those guys' opinion of you would matter to you the most? Do you think Jordan? Like if they're like, you really got to stop taking the Xans, but everything else is cool.
Definitely Jordan. Like I think David Goggins I look up to a lot, but it's hard because like I don't think he could relate to me.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Jordan seems slightly more empathetic, where David Goggins was like, shut the fuck up and get it together, bud. Like I think Jordan, it would like whatever his opinion on me would like really I would hold that very highly, like higher than I probably should.
Last question. What do you wish people would write on your tombstone?
I hope on my tombstone there's a live video that plays on repeat, and it's just Togi versus Cabo again and again and again. And I hope at my funeral they play Togi versus Cabo and it's just a watch party, because that's like, it's like I made a movie better than Wolf of Wall Street, better than The Hangover, but it was real life. So like I'm so proud of that work. So that's all. I just run Togi versus Cabo again and again and again.
Do you think we'll ever get a part 2?
No, and I don't think anyone could ever. Bro, you know, at the time in Togi versus Cabo, I was on 3 grams of steroids. I was taking roughly 30 milligrams of Xanax a day, and maybe 10 milligram Ritalins a day, so 600 milligrams of Ritalin. And a lot of people don't believe me when I say that, because it's like, you would die. But like, I didn't put it on YouTube, obviously. There's like proof in the I have videos of it. Like, wake up, take 4 bars. Like, dude, no one could do that. Like, you would probably die. Like, the fact that I'm alive is like a blessing. So it's like, no one could ever. And then on top of that, doing such an aggressive bender and managing to film and edit the whole thing in the midst of it, like, no one will ever do something like that ever again in the history of the world. Like, so I'm so proud of that.
It's gonna be a cool tombstone, bro. Well, everyone, this has been your guest, Togi, Shane Stoffer.
Dope. Thank you for having me on, bro.
This is the Jack Neel Podcast. Appreciate you, brother.
Cheers, bro.